I was diagnosed with diabetes when I was 3.5, and it was prior to blood sugar testing. It was prior to human insulin. It was pork and beef insulin. I was a good student, I swam, very involved, and that was my way to rebel, was to say, I'm not gonna do this today, or I'm gonna do something a little different and maybe not follow what the doctor said. So it was a difficult time. It was difficult for my parents, it was difficult for myself, especially difficult for my dad, because in high school he had already started to have some complications from diabetes. And he kept saying to me, I don't want you to live this life. I don't want you to have to experience what I'm experiencing. So I've used that as an example to try to be in better control so that I don't have to experience the things that he did.
When you're dating somebody with diabetes and now married to someone with diabetes, it's not her disease, it's kind of our disease. I have to know when she's low. I have to know when she's high. I have to know, should we make this for dinner tonight? Should, she's riding high all day. High carb dinner is not a good idea.
I think my pregnancy was overcoming diabetes. I did not let that win. I did not let diabetes win.
Sometimes they say, you're not gonna have a baby. You're not gonna have a kid. You're diabetic. It's not a good idea to go through a pregnancy.
I did what the doctors asked me to do, but I overcame, and I didn't let diabetes affect Nick. I didn't let diabetes affect me. And we have a wonderfully healthy young man at 14 years old. The day that Nick was diagnosed, I felt so much guilt. I felt that I had given him this, and it was never anything that I wanted to share with my son.
It was devastating. It was hard. It was news you don't want. No parent wants to hear that your kid is sick, that he's different. He has to do different things than other kids. How do you do diabetes in hockey? How do you do that? I don't know.
I learned to skate when I was 5 years old. About a year later, I learned how to shoot, pass, use a stick. And from then on, I've just played, every season as much as I could.
He was diagnosed the day before spring tryouts for that spring season. And the doctor said, he will not be able to play hockey until we get him under control. And he said that to us without Nick hearing it. And we walked out of the doctor's office, and I looked at Tony and I said, I will not tell my son that he's any different than he was yesterday. I want him to go to tryouts. And he did, and he scored multiple goals. 4 goals in the scrimmage. He made a wonderful team, and he didn't let diabetes stop him.
Knowing my mom had diabetes, it helped me, for one, knowing that there were other people that had it. It wasn't just me. It's also helped with my care a lot, because she's known what to do. On top of her being a nurse, I can feel a little safer with that. All my teammates, all my coaches, they know I have diabetes. Again, it's just helped to have people know.
So I have been volunteering for the Triangle D Camp, which is the 9 to 13-year-olds for 18 years. Nick was able to do his first injection on his own at camp.
I went home and, that was the first thing I showed my dad, because my mom knew, she saw it, but my dad didn't know. So the first thing we did was ate, and I gave some insulin to show him.
The kids get a week away from their regular routine to be able to be a kid.
The most helpful thing for me was keeping in mind that it's not an obstacle. It shouldn't stop me, and it won't stop me.
I am hopeful that Nick, in saying that he knows that there will be a cure in his lifetime, I am very hopeful that that is true, because I would love for my son to be able to one day say, I don't have to do this anymore.